Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I just become a certified Terraform associate yesterday, so I took the exam. And in here, I just wanted to share my experience with you all so you can learn a little and be prepared for the exam as well. So this was the first time I took the exam, and I wanted to make sure that I'm completely prepared so I don't fail and not retake the exam. The exam didn't cost too much as some of the other exam. It's around 70 some dollars, less than $80 for sure. I think 72 is what they charge me. So one thing I would say, the exam is completely online and it's a proctored exam. One thing I think that could be improved is the process. So the exam say scheduled say 11 o'clock, and you can actually start the exam or come and click on okay, I'm ready to take the exam, that button in there about 30 minutes prior your exam time. It took a lot of time to provide all the information they needed in that proctored environment, and then the validation verification took a long time. So I think I at least spent 30 to 45 minutes just to get everything ready before I can even take that exam. Once I started taking the exam, although it's a 1 hour exam, I had about 60 questions. Uh, it didn't really take me 60 minutes to take it, but you can definitely welcome to take all the 60 minutes for the exam. Another thing that I noticed, and I provided a comment, my feedback to that exam, that the font size I felt was too small. So it was very difficult for me to read. A lot of time it stressed my eyes, especially when some of the questions were a little long. They have a lot of content, and then you have to read the content and then go through the answer choices. It was kind of difficult. So now, so what did I do and how I think some of the things that I have done might also help you. So first of all, with Terraform Wise, uh, I'm using it for about a year. So it's not that I have used every day in that year, but I knew about a year back that I have to start using Terraform at work for various reasons. So I decided to start learning. And more I started using Terraform, and more it became obvious to me that this is the way to go, especially if you're in the cloud environment. The language, I really love it, and the way you present it, it's much better. And I'm especially as being an Azure person, I used to do with the ARM, and now with Terraform, it's much cleaner. Your infrastructure as a code, your style of writing, everything is much cleaner, easier to read. So there are some drawbacks as well, but let's not talk about the drawbacks. Talk about the positive points in this particular video. So recently, I have used it more and more and more, and used it a lot with the Azure. So what I'm trying to say, you probably need some hands-on experience as well to be successful, and something that's not going to come from just one day or a week of doing Terraform, and you feel like, yeah, I know everything about Terraform. So it's something that you probably do a little, then you come back and do it again, come back and do it again. That's how I feel like you will gain the knowledge that you need. All right. So I think I already explained a little bit of the exam experience. The verification took very long. It's an online proctored exam, and as I said, come early. Prepare to present photo ID, your government issued ID. And I asked that I'm able to keep a water bottle, but I have to remove all the labels. So do all that if you can. Just come prepared and have a water bottle, but do not keep any label. And as I said, about 60 questions. Now let's come to the most important thing. So what I used, since I've been using Terraform for over a year, I definitely have access to different books, mainly PDFs. I didn't really purchase any hard copy books, and I relied on online courses, practice exams, and I'll also talk about some other resources. Now, really, the main thing that I relied on, okay, the HashiCorp's site, right? If you just go there, okay. So this should be your first place where you wanna go, and there's a prepare for the exam or register for the exam. So if you go through this one is gonna tell you what are the prerequisites, okay, And how do you want to prepare for the exam? And I was wrong. I was close though. It cost me $70 something. And the certification is valid for 2 years. And you really want to look at all of this in here and make sure that you have understanding. Like explain what is the infrastructure as code, describe the advantage of infrastructure as code, then handle Terraform and provider installation, versioning, plugin based architecture, all of that stuff. You want to know all the commands. Okay, when to use format, when to use taint, when to use import, how to use Terraform workspaces to create a different environment within your local files and not duplicate file system, how to work with state, and what is remote state, what is remote backend versus local backend, and then modules. Modules is very important, and how you use module, why you should be using module, and how you are gonna take the input variables from a root module, passing it back to the module just like a function in other programming languages like Python, and then how would you use the output variable to get the desired output that you need from your modules. Okay, Terraform workflow, write plan, create. Okay, when Terraform actually installs different plugins, where those plugins actually go inside your directory structure, how do you validate your code? What does the Terraform plan means? When you apply, what happens? When you destroy, what happens? And all this time you're doing that, relate back to the state file. What is happening with the state file? That is very important, and that is probably the next section. Local backend, what is the state locking, what backend supports state locking, what is your default backend. So you want to go through this all this line and make sure that you understand and you have the knowledge of all of that, like understand the secret management in state file. If you just enable and say, okay, this is sensitive, does it mean that it's not gonna put the password in the state file? Look it up, the answer. Okay, things like that. And then some about uh, best practices, and then some more about dynamic blocks, your functions, how to use functions in Terraform, and then Terraform Cloud and enterprise capabilities, how Terraform Cloud is going to help you with your infrastructure as a code, and what is Sentinel, what is Terraform registry, uh, and that's about it. Okay, so make sure that you have gone through all of the content that you are going to be tested on. Okay, then if you go to click on the exam, this is excellent. I have gone through all of it as much as I can. You see that they all say complete, complete, complete. So do all of it, go through their recommended material that Terraform has, HashiCorp has. It's wonderful. Please go through them. They have hands-on lab that you can complete, and they're absolutely wonderful. And some of the labs they have integrated with the Terraform Cloud as well. So you will have a lot of experience doing this. Okay, now coming back, let me go to the slide. Okay, so for the training, as I said, I definitely did a lot of reading from the Terraform's online documentation. Then I actually, well, before I say anything about these courses, I'm not affiliated with any of these references that I'm referring you today. So I'm not getting paid from any of these, any of the services. It's just my own personal experience that I'm sharing with you. Please make a note that I'm not getting money from any of these. I'm not promoting any of them. I just think that these were helpful to me, and I just wanted to share. All right, WizLab, uh, they are one of my favorite online trainers. Okay, if I go over there, WizLab, and this is the WizLab HashiCorp Certified Terraform Associate exam, and you can see that they have the video course. Okay, I've completed all of their video course. Okay, they have their labs where they're going to give you an AWS environment. And another thing with the with most of the video content I see, there's a very tight coupling between the Terraform and the AWS. Most training they will use those. Other cloud platform, if you're interested in, you may have a little bit of challenge finding the right video, but with the AWS, it's okay. I mean, it's fine for the exam. So another thing that I did all of these practice tests. Okay, and you can kind of look at it my how I improved. So for any of the exam when I started, okay, I was scoring really low. but I keep studying, and before I took any of the exam, you see my score went up like up to maybe 90% or above. Like I start, some of them I just couldn't finish. I have a 20% score, but in some others, my score really went up, right? So let me go back to practice tests again, and let's see if you have anything else that I wanted to share. Okay, so I really thought like this time I took 4 times, right? So over here, if you see, I started with 73%, and then consistently I did, a high, like here, 86%, 95, 93. This test I took 3 times. Here I started with 65%. Then I studied, breached my gap, and it went to 95%. So I highly recommend this course. I think it helped me. It's a very good structure, and it went through the concept and the exam outline. It started with the introduction, setup and installation, providers, and then provider versioning, state file, modules, like it. Okay, and I think I bought it. There was a deal. I bought it for like $10 or something for this course. The next one I want to talk about is a cloud guru. In this one, I personally have a monthly, like a payment plan that I use. So over here you see that I have also completed the course. It's 97.9%. This one doesn't have any exam. They have short quizzes in here, but this course is very, very good as well. They have hands-on lab at the end of each section, just like the other from the quiz lab. Okay, very, very well structured, very well defined. One thing that this no this one is also good. This one also covers the cloud and enterprise. I think this is probably missing in over here. No, they do have this one. Okay, so both of them I think are pretty good. I covered both of them. You see all of them are green, and I really watched them over time. It's not like I sat and completed everything one time. And some of the things I went back multiple times, like the functions and the modules. Okay, when you get to the module, before module, everything will feel like everything is nice and easy. Once you hit the module, there gonna be some complication. You will see that, okay, maybe it's I'm getting into something more difficult areas, but it's not. I mean, you just have to do this thing some more times. Okay. uh, Dynamic blocks is probably the most complicated portion maybe of Terraform, but you probably not be using that too much in your exam. Okay, so again, another one I'm going to highly recommend that you do. So those two are paid. If you don't want to get any paid training, that is also fine. I want to talk to you about the free sources that you can use. There are two YouTube videos that I really like, and I'm actually, so the first link is actually a longer version. Okay, let's go there. So this one from this guy, okay, is HashiCorp Terraform Associate Certificates, and he has done an excellent job.
Hey, this is
His
Andrew
name
Brown,
is
your cloud
Andrew
instructor.
Brown. So let me pause this one. And what he has, if you go a little, if you see the www.exampro.co Terraform, he has a free practice exam as well, which I have also taken. It's very good, very, and you can probably pay a little bit of money to this guy as well. To uh, he also has like 5 different exams that you can buy, but he has one exam that is completely free that you can take. But if you look at it, this course is about 13 hours long. And I wanted to do this one, but I never got a chance to do all of it. But I did bits and pieces, like it probably covered about 3 hours. But whatever he was doing, it was very good. The one that I actually ended up completing is from this guy.
Hey
Okay.
team, Sid here from.
And the reason I did this one, if you look at the length, is 2 hour and 38 minutes. So this one I did at the end. So when I've already gone through my Wiz Lab and my Cloud Guru, and I thought, okay, I need now a very concise video course that is going to go over everything and give me a whole review, so that I'm not wasting like another 13 hours or something watching every single videos. And this guy, he has done excellent job going to the very beginning to the end in a very concise way, and really helped me understand some of the concepts that I was struggling to understand from even some of the video courses, like the longer video courses. All right, so that's about the main materials that I covered, and for the exam questions, I always exam topics is something that I use. Exam topics, if you do Terraform exam, and you should be able to find Terraform Associate exam and then go through this some of these questions. Okay, and they have about 104 questions. Just go through this. Just never trust the answers, like the suggested answers. Just come up with your own answer. If you feel like there is something that you don't understand, go back and study, and that's it. So I'm gonna put this link as well in my link, and I'm going to put all of the link in my YouTube video. So that's all I wanted to share, and good luck with your Terraform. It's an excellent tool to have in your build, and good luck. Thanks for watching.